Now, Shelley, didn't you just speak on how Booktok was contributing to the ruination of publishing? Yes. But before you go and accuse me of backtracking, you remember that I also did mention the original purpose of Booktok, which was to be a safe space for readers and people who love books. And you know what? It still is. It still can be that if you make sure you find the right little space. Because truly, for so many of us, Booktok still is a safe space, and we love it. So if you are thinking of joining or starting Booktok or Book Twitter, Bookstagram, Booktube, this applies to all of it. I tell you, go and do it. But before you do, keep these things in mind. Hi everyone. I'm so happy to be back. Welcome to all my existing and new subscribers. Guys, I don't think you understand. The comments over the last week or the last few weeks have really just been the highlight of my day every time I wake up to new ones. Like comments like this and this. I light up every time I see a comment like that. So truly, I'm so happy that you guys enjoy my videos. I did not expect it. And yeah, I'm happy that you guys don't find any issue with my very loud actions and opinions. And here I am once more with another one. If you want to start a book talk, you should. And for those of you who have doubts, I still think you should. Book talk, if you find the right area of book talk, it is the most amazing space. It's created a world for us to come together, meet people who love books just as much as we do. And it's also created a lot of opportunities for us. Book talk has definitely changed like how I interact with books, how I interact with readers, how I interact with publishing. It's even made me more aware of the issues and made me more active in how I tackle these issues. If you follow me on Book Talk, you know that I use my platform to highlight and just give voice to marginalized people in our community. So I spend quite a lot of my videos highlighting books by BIPOC authors because they are quite a marginalized community and they deserve so much more attention than they have. And Book Talk allows me to do that. It allows me to just tell people more about books that they're not hearing about, books that they are not aware of, that are worthy of hype. And more than that, it's also allowed me to get in close relationships with other people who have my same belief. And also it's created a bit of a, small opportunity with publishers. I get arcs, and I get to partake in different campaigns, and it's really just been a blessing. So I know that even I spoke about, the downs and the bads of Book Talk, but truly Book Talk is not all bad. Book Talk really can be great if you just make sure that you are in the right space. So honestly, I implore you, if you enjoy reading and you really need this community of people who enjoy reading with you, join you. If you take the time to find your space, you won't regret it. But before you join, I need you guys to take into consideration just a few things, which is what this video is about. First and foremost, you do need to know why you're joining Book Talk, because there are different reasons that people join. Now, I know I titled this video as, how to make sure that you are successful on Book Talk, and that is still true. But what you need to ensure is that you understand what your definition of success is. You need to define what success means to you, because for some people, success is really just finding a community where they feel seen and where they can interact with people who have like-minded opinions. And success for another person means I'm making money, I'm getting free books, I'm getting arcs. It doesn't matter if your success doesn't match up with someone else's success. Success means something for every other person. So you know what? You just need to define what success means for you. And then after that, you need to define a clear strategy for how you are going to attain that success. Whatever your definition might be, you need to define it and then set out the strategy. Once you define it, that becomes easier. For example, if your definition of success is a numbers game, I want to have all the followers, I want to one day make money off of Book Talk, that's success for you, then okay, you are aiming for numbers. So your strategy is going to be different for someone who is aiming for community. Okay, if you are aiming for numbers, then you need to know how to actually get those numbers. Now, when it comes to Book Talk, there are a few things that will actually get the algorithm to listen to you. There are a few things that will actually get you to get the attention that you want. First and foremost, with Book Talk, you definitely need to stand out. We all know that with time, the attention span of the human is decreasing rapidly. So you need to capture everyone's attention in the first few seconds. It's sad, but it's true. Like, we don't have the attention span that we used to have when we were children. Once again, it's sad, but it is true. So you do need to captivate their attention. And there are several ways that you can do that. A lot of like techniques that quite a lot of people use. For example, you'll see a lot of people on TikTok, Booktok, whichever one. You'll see a lot of them, speaking on a mic because that grabs your attention. You'll see a lot of people doing an activity. They'll be making tea. They'll be putting on their makeup. It grabs your attention. It's just how the brain works. Something to grab their attention initially, but also you need something to make you stand out. There are so many creative booktalkers out there, and it's so fun. I follow booktalkers who dance when they're giving reviews or when they're giving their wrap-ups. There's a whole channel where this booktalker has based her kind of like brand on recreating the Disney Channel scene, like you're watching. It's really, really fun. People are really creative on there, but what makes them stand out is really just their personality. So you don't need to come up with something out of the woodwork. Really just what's your personality, throw it in there, and don't be afraid, and you'll be fine. Now you also need a few techniques to really just tell people, okay, this place is it. Transitions are the place. And transitions aren't really hard on TikTok. They look hard, but they really aren't once you get the hang of it. And you can really just even type in on TikTok transitions, book transitions, to give you like good ideas. And it really won't be hard. It will take some practice, that's for sure, to really perfect your transitions. But my most watched, most liked video that actually got my TikTok to blow is a video giving book recommendations that, might I say, had really good transitions. It was really good. I'm just gonna say it for myself. I'm gonna boost myself up. I usually don't do it, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, you must boost yourself. But yeah, transitions, especially in the book game, is really important. So learn yourself some transitions. Once again, these tips are for the people whose success means numbers and money. Now, you will also very much need to give us some commentary or something that encourages discourse. People love to really just have a discussion. Like, people just want to, go back and forth with I believe this, I believe that, this is what I do. Something that will evoke a response from the community, because the way that the algorithm works, the more people comment on your post, the more it's going to show it to more people, because people are now engaging, so it knows that this is something people like. So a commentary or something that will get people to engage or something that will get discussion going will really work in your favor. So if you have a weird habit that you do, something that will get people to really just engage. For example, how do you feel about dog-eared books? Some people dog-ear the entire page.
I'm scared.
Ooh, that's a bit scary. But honestly, just give us something that you know that you do that not everyone is going to agree with. And it doesn't have to be controversy. It doesn't have to be something that is really just going to break the internet. Just something will evoke a discussion. That's definitely going to get you in the game. And of course, how can we forget? Reviews. Booktok is made for speaking about books. So if you read and you want to speak about books, you're on Booktok, truly. Like, that's just it. And people love reviews. And you know what? Give reviews. Every book you read, give reviews. Give your day to day. If you have a review on a page, on a chapter, give the review. It doesn't have to be, I completed this book and I'm gonna give you the full on review now. No. I completed this chapter and I have some thoughts. Guys, let me give it to you straight. And then you're up and you're going. Like, one or all of these, a combination of these, will definitely get you seen by the algorithm more, and that will help you to actually collect the numbers that you want, because success for you is a numbers game. Now, if success for you is just a community, then really you don't even have to put that much work. I won't even let you. You won't have to put in that much work, because really, join Booktok. You follow the booktalkers that you want to follow and engage with them. There you go. Engage with comments, reach out to people. One thing I will say, Booktok is very, very kind, despite what we've been seeing on the news. Booktok is very, very kind, and most people have their inboxes open. Side note, I am one of the people who don't have the inboxes open, not because I'm mean or anything like that, but that's for people to judge. But I wouldn't say that I'm mean. It's more so the fact that I am terrible with responding to messages. I'm terrible. Like, this is my inbox, this is my inbox. And these are my close circle of friends, just in my day-to-day. Do you see those numbers? That is low, okay? on a regular day, these things are, everything is 99 plus, everything is 60 plus. Like I'm not responding to people quick enough because I'm just not good at it. And that it's really just going to make me really, really stressed out if I have multiple people just reaching out. That's going to stress me out. I'm so sorry. But the thing is, you can still reach out to people who don't have their messages on, because then the message request will come. And you know, when I finally read all those messages, I also read those messages as well. So most people on Booktok have their inboxes open, and if they don't, they check their requests periodically, and so you'll get there. So you can make friends easily, and you can really just be in the comments and be like, oh my goodness, I totally agree. You'd be surprised how much friendships start with just that weird agreement of opinions. But truly, if you just want to be part of community, success for you will be a bit easier than success for someone who's looking for numbers. But both successes are achievable. Just make sure you follow those steps. Obviously, these are not, you know, this is not an exhaustive list for those who are looking for community or number success. It's not an exhaustive list. It's just things that have definitely worked for me. And, you know, I've done pretty well, you know. I am not in the millions, let's be real. It's not like I'm doing that well, but then I'm still doing well. Please, please, please. I'm doing well. I'm going to applaud myself again. Yes, you need to give yourself hype every now and then, because you can't just be disappointed in yourself. Hype yourself up, which is what I'm doing now. Now, for the rest of this video, for majority of this video, I am going to speak about success, more so for those looking for success in the numbers game. Because like I said, if you're looking for success community-wise and you just want a community, and you don't have to have a community of 100 people, you really just need to have a few friends who have the same interests as you in terms of like genre and types of books that you read. So community success is not that hard to do, as long as you actually do reach out. Make sure that you are engaging. Don't just be watching videos and not engaging and then saying that you're not finding success in the community. Actually reach out. But for the remainder of this video, I am going to hone in on the people who want success in the numbers game. Okay, so outside of how you actually, you know, start to actually work that algorithm, you do need to know that consistency is key. Yes, I know that everyone goes on their video and they say consistency is key. As much as I would love to say that that's not true, it very much is. It very much is. But I will say this. Go consistent, and then you will be able to stop. You will. 100%. I remember first starting out, posting every day, posting multiple times a day. That's what the algorithm likes. And then now you will see me once. You will see me once every 3 days. Because I know I set out and I've done what I had to do, and I'm good with where I'm at. I don't need to be posting every day. I don't need to be posting 4 times a day, especially because I can't be doing that, because life is lifing right now, okay? So I can't be doing all of that. But consistency is key. But one thing I will say when it comes to consistency is that Booktok, and I heard someone say this on Booktok actually, they said that Booktok is like an onion and Booktok has a lot of layers, so you need to peel through it. And I want you to do that. As we discussed in the last video, Booktok, when you just type in Booktok on TikTok, you just see a certain demographic of individuals, and a lot of times these individuals have problematic opinions, and we don't really want to be with them, do we? Start peeling back the layers of Booktok. Start looking through all of Booktok. And the way you do that is keyword searching. So you know what? Black Booktok, South Asian Booktok, just general Asian Booktok, Latinx Booktok, Caribbean Booktok. Start looking at the Booktoks. Thriller Booktok, Black Thriller Booktok, Brown Thriller Booktok. Start specifying. Look all over until you find your place, okay? When you find your place that, you know, suits you, then you kind of see what the people in your area, in your niche, what they're doing. So if you love thrillers, Thriller Booktok. And then diversify it a bit, you know, Latinx Thriller Booktok, Asian Thriller Booktok. Really just throw it in there. It depends on what you're doing. And then you're going to see people who are, because, you know, there different things work for different genres is one thing I'm definitely understanding. So what works in fantasy Booktok will not really appeal to the people in, you know, romance Booktok. The romance Booktok girlies, they be doing things differently sometimes. Obviously, there's a general way of doing things, but sometimes there are specific things that just cater to your specific niche. So you need to know what your niche are getting into. For example, maybe the thriller people, maybe they, you know, maybe they love having eerie music in the background of all their videos. I actually don't know. These are examples. Do not take me up on this. Just go and actually look for yourself. What are the people in your niche doing? And then consistently be doing it. But you know what? When you're consistently doing it, it's going to get you. It's going to get you seen. And again, as you are exploring the different areas, experiment. Have fun. Keep your consistency up, but then switch it up. So if like for 2 weeks, you've been doing insane recommendations with like just the most amazing transitions, next week, commentary. Switch it up. Like, honestly, people love the change. And the thing is, once you keep doing these changes, you'll find out what works for you and what works for the people that you are aiming for. And then eventually you're going to find a great combination that gets you these numbers that you want to see. And eventually you'll be seeing the numbers that you want, and you'll be getting the success that you want. Now, the next one, I think everyone needs to keep in mind with everything. Be honest, okay? Be honest. Now, I know I've been speaking about how you can, appease the algorithm and, see what people like. And even when I was giving ideas on what you can do to really just get those numbers, for example, doing commentary and just encouraging discussion, be honest. Don't say something simply because you know it's going to get a reaction when that is not where you stand. Don't just do something for the reaction, because that's going to end up bad. Because really, what's going to happen? You're going to end up like one of them. And we don't want that, do we? No, we do not. So you know what? Be honest. What I mean by this is truly, you can get with it. You can get with Eminem, with his mom spaghetti. And if you don't get the reference, I feel bad for you. You guys need to go, get together. But what I mean by that is, don't lose yourself to Booktok. You can lose yourself in a book. I mean, that's what books are for. You get just, all up in the book, and you just say goodbye to the world, and you're just in your book. You can lose yourself in a book, but you don't lose yourself to anything. You don't lose yourself to anything. Because on Booktok, what you need to do, and this is what I mean when I say be honest, lose yourself in a book, and then honestly tell us how that book was able to do that to you. Give us your straight opinion. Don't lie. And people might not agree with it, but it doesn't matter, because once again, you are trying to find your people. Because if you achieve success by faking it, eventually you won't be able to fake it, and then you're going to fail. So be honest, so that once you find your success and however you want to find it, then you'll be able to maintain it. And let me tell you this. Losing yourself to Booktok is dangerous, because like I said, you end up like one of them. And honestly, we don't want that. And honestly, when you're doing reviews, be real with it. I had a few friends actually send me those posts where they're just like, oh, when you give a book 5 stars and then you see a bunch of other people dissing it and giving good reasons why the book wasn't that great. And I told my friends the same thing. I told them, I don't care. My opinion is going to remain the same. I actually don't care. If I give it 5 stars, I gave it 5 stars. I don't care. Because when you review a book, it's how you review a book. You don't let other people sway your opinion. Now, bear in mind that I can be open to what you say without fully agreeing to what you say. And that's definitely where we have to stand when it comes to Booktok. For example, there are quite a few books right now that are really popular, and people are just like, am I the only one who didn't like this book? Controversial opinion, but I didn't like this book. Let me tell you guys now, Booktok loves it. Let us know. Let us know that the book that has 5 stars everywhere else sucked to you. Let us know. Review the books that you're reading how you want to review it. For example, me, there are 2 ways that I approach reviewing media that I engage with. 1, I do it critically, and 2, I do it on vibes. I kid you not. Some books I judge on vibes, but then a lot of books I do judge you critically. When I say critically, I mean critically. I mean, I look into the plot. Is the plot intricate? Like, is there detail to this plot? I look at the story. How is the story flowing? I look at the pace. I look at, the balance between all of these issues. So plot, does it balance with the story? Does it balance with the character? Is this a plot-driven book, and is the plot well? Is it a character-driven book, and do I like the character? Is the character likable, like Cersei, or is the character well-developed, like Jamie? I go in when I'm critically, reviewing a book. I go into detail. And that's just me sometimes. But sometimes I read a book and immediately I acknowledge that this isn't the strongest plot. The storytelling is a bit weak, but the vibes are strong. The vibes are strong! And sometimes a book gets a high rating for me simply because the vibes are strong. And I am not ashamed to admit that, okay? I'm not ashamed at all to admit that, because it's my book. And I chose to read it. And I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it because of the plot? No! Did I enjoy it because of the vibes? Yes. Am I giving it a high rating because of the vibes alone? Yes. And my reviewing bounces back from critical to vibes. And so sometimes you see a book, they're just like, wait a minute, you judge this differently. And I'm just like, I did. And I don't care. I truly don't care, because people will be like, Shelly, you're so good at critically assessing these books. So why did you give this a 4.5 star when it is clearly a 2? Because I liked it. Because I like the characters. Because I like the vibes. Like, what's your point? What's your point? I can critically say that this book definitely deserves to be below a 3. But will I? No, because truly, I was enjoying myself. There are books where I'm just like, I'm with the vibes. I'm with the vibes. Nothing makes sense to me, but I'm with the vibes. I'm with the vibes. And that's just how we're going to do it. And so when I review a book, the rating I give is the rating I give. But one thing I will say, I will agree when you critically assess a book. I can agree with this. I can agree with that. I still disagree with your rating. Why? Because Booktok is about honesty, okay? So I'm going to honestly give you my review the way I saw it, in the same way that you're going to honestly give me your review the way you saw it. But you're not going to make something change because of your opinion. That was your opinion, okay? Now, remember, living in this world, we have to always account for the nuances in situations, okay? Let's account for the nuances, okay? For example, with that author who wrote a KKK romance, you know? I don't give a heck what the vibes were. I'm immediately giving you 0 stars. Immediately. Did I read that book? No. And I'm not going to read it either. But KKK romance with a KKK male lead and then a black female lead who falls for a KKK affiliate? Not even affiliate, a KKK member? I do not care what the vibes would have been in that book. I do not care. I would have immediately voted it 0. I don't even care if the plot and all the other technical parts of that book were strong. I'm giving you 0. We have to take into account the nuances, guys, because a book like that is just screaming racism to me. And you guys know how I feel about that. We don't do that over here. We don't. So we do account for the nuances, but when the nuances have been accounted for and it's really just a matter of personal opinion, I'll do what I want. And I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you to go on that platform and do the same. Tell people, mind your business. I'm going to say what I say. And when you say what you say, stand on it. Stand on business. Don't let anyone change your mind simply because of what they believe. No. Because me, I don't really care for romances. So when I read fantasy and then there's a heavy, emphasis on romance when it wasn't branded as romantasy, it was branded as fantasy, but you're giving me too much romance, I will dock you points. I will dock you a star. I will dock you a rating, because why? Why do you have so much romance? Why? And you know what? That's my opinion, okay? That's my opinion. I can be critical about it and say plot, 5 star. Story, 5 star. Characters, that's where we dock you, because you're the people who are introducing romance. I'll now dock you. I'll dock you points, and I don't care. But because when I tell my review, I'll let you guys know. It's my review. It's biased. It's what I believe. And I'll tell you, critically, this was a great book. But vibes and personal opinion, I don't give a heck. I'm going to give you what I give you. Be honest on this book talk here. Don't let anyone change anything about you. Because that's how we get, once again, problematic book talkers and problematic authors who really just be moving mad. And we're not with that nonsense. Okay, guys? Remember, we're going to stand strong against all the nonsense. We're going to call them out. We're going to name and shame. And we're going to root them out until they start behaving. Okay? Okay. And last but not least, because I think this is definitely one of the most important aspects to actually achieving success and then maintaining success when you hit Booktok, regardless of however you define success, is that you do not sacrifice your well-being for Booktok. You do not sacrifice that. So I have been known to take several mental health breaks off Booktok. I'll just be gone. Like, didn't post. I'll just be out of there. And you know what? I will continue doing that, because I will not come and fight for my life on this app, I'm not going to come and just be on the ground suffering because of this one app. Like I said, Booktok has definitely made a monumental shift in my life, and it's been great for me, like not just the social aspect, but even like, career-wise, and how I've, been able to like set myself in Booktok. That's great. But if the matter at hand, is that I am not at my best and I need to take a break, I'm taking a break. And then I come back stronger than ever. Or, mid, doesn't matter, but I'll come back if I come back really. And that needs to be done. Because if you are working and you're on fumes, you're running on fumes, believe me, that is not going to end well. Because then you're going to start moving mad on the app. And guys, nothing on Booktok is worth that, truly. Prioritize your well-being, prioritize your mental health. So if you need to take a break, skedaddle. And you don't need to actually tell people I'm taking a break. I just show up and I say I'm back. Like, you can tell people, especially if you're more community based, guys, I'm taking a break, I need to go away. That's great. Or even if you have a large platform and you just you just want to tell people I'm taking a break, that's great. But don't feel the need to have to announce your struggles. Like, really just do what is best for you and keep it pushing, and success will be there. One thing that we have seen that has been actually bringing all the drama, not just in Booktok but in publishing, is this belief that there is such limited success for everyone. For example, Kate Corain, she believed that her fellow authors, their success meant that she wouldn't succeed, because if you are getting so popular, that means that people won't care for me, which doesn't make sense. Because do you see this? People don't just have one book in their library. We all just buy all the books that we want, because it doesn't matter if we like one book. Oh, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get you. Surely my funds mean I might not be able to get you now, and I might have to choose a preference, sure, but it doesn't mean that your book is going to be less successful. In the same way with Booktok, one person's success does not mean that you are going to fail. It doesn't mean that there's no space for you. So honestly, when you go into the game knowing this: there's room for everyone to succeed. There's room for everyone to succeed. You just have to do it in a way that is best for you, taking into account all the things that I said. I'm telling you now, if you do all this, you will succeed. It just depends on how you define your success. But guys, truly, I will end saying that Booktok is great. When you find yourself in a good space, Booktok is great. Like, I've made friends on Booktok, I've worked with publishers on campaigns on Booktok. I've gotten inspiration on Booktok. I've laughed and I've smiled and I've really just had a blast on Booktok. And I haven't even been on Booktok that long, but it's done numbers for me. In the same way that, Booktube is currently doing for me now, it's bringing me like just elation. And I'm telling you, it will do the same for you if you find your space. So truly, if you had doubts, or if you watched my last video and you said, I'm going to continue avoiding Booktok, honestly, do take that with a pinch of salt, knowing that once again, everything is nuanced. And it's just, the chaotic side of Booktok that's troublesome. Find the good side and enjoy it. Truly, you won't regret it. You'll have so much fun. But yeah, guys, those are my tips for joining Booktok and joining in a way to be successful. I really do hope that we see more joiners, just to participate and have fun. Honestly, have fun. That is truly the best part of Booktok, how much fun you can have. So definitely, I am looking forward to how many people join Booktok just for the fun of it, or how many people succeed on Booktok, because like I said, there is room for us all. But until next time, guys, definitely be sure to tune in. I am so excited to just be able to have fun on here with all of you. And be sure to like, comment, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. See you next time, guys.